Brought to you by Praxis Sports, the unified platform helping sports organizations manage communication, scheduling, and operations in one place. Learn more at praxisports.com.
There's a leisurely lunch with friends. And then there's a 7-course gourmet tasting lunch with 7 perfect wine pairings aboard a fully restored 1915 Pullman rail car as it floats past rolling hills and rows of vines stretching out as far as the eye can see. Napa Valley. Live a little, or a lot.
What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities. For them, for our local businesses,
got the new merch.
Oh my goodness.
for the community. Because when local businesses thrive, the community also thrives. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities for our local businesses, for the entire community. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do?
Brought to you by Praxis Sports, the unified platform helping sports organizations manage communication, scheduling, and operations in one place. Learn more at praxisports.com.
There's a leisurely lunch with friends. And then there's a 7-course gourmet tasting lunch with 7 perfect wine pairings aboard a fully restored 1915 Pullman rail car as it floats past rolling hills and rows of vines stretching out as far as the eye can see. Napa Valley. Live a little, or a lot.
What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities. For them, for our local businesses,
Got the new merch.
Oh my goodness.
for the community. Because when local businesses thrive,
Thank you so much.
the community also thrives. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities for our local businesses,
Thank you so much.
for the entire community. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do?
Brought to you by Praxis Sports, the unified platform helping sports organizations manage communication, scheduling, and operations in one place. Learn more at praxisports.com.
There's a leisurely lunch with friends. And then there's a 7-course gourmet tasting lunch with 7 perfect wine pairings aboard a fully restored 1915 Pullman rail car as it floats past rolling hills and rows of vines stretching out as far as the eye can see. Napa Valley. Live a little, or a lot.
What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities. For them, for our local businesses,
Got the new merch.
Oh my goodness.
for the community. Because when local businesses thrive,
Thank you so much.
the community also thrives. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities for our local businesses,
Thank you so much.
for the entire community. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask. What would you like the power to do?
To you or
No, I'm good.
no, I was talking to
Oh,
him. Javen, I mean, how do you want to do this?
I mean, I'm good right here.
Okay.
okay. Any of these things necessary?
Those are mine.
Okay.
I am going to leave that there, though, because we're on. And we welcome you into the Lion's Den in beautiful Emporia, Kansas for Emporia FC Black Lion Soccer. The challenge for tonight, the visiting Union KC. Well, for those of you that have been keeping track here on the League for Clubs channel, it's not been good goings for Emporia FC when it comes to Union KC. In fact, the last 2 times they've met, it's been a Union KC victory, both times 2-1, and both times coming from either a penalty shot or a set piece due to a foul late in the contest. With you here tonight, Tegan Terhune, the voice of Emporia FC, joined by my trusted colleague and color commentator, the one and only Corey Mitchell. Corey, good to have you here with us for our final home game of the season.
I'm pretty excited to be here and ready to do this.
Well, we're glad to have you with us. And you look at this matchup, and, we were talking about it before we came on the air. This is an extremely important match, especially when you look at the standings. Emporia FC in 3rd place right now, only 2 points behind Union KC. Of course, you come away with a win, you get those all-important 3 points, and that could make a pretty big shakeup as we get closer to the end of the season. Emporia FC, 2 games left. And you look at Union, they've got 3 matches left, but they've been up and down, just like the Black Lions.
It's very simple. Win tonight, and Emporia FC still controls their own destiny. Win the games, and you're going to continue on and get in the playoffs. It's that simple.
Well, now I agree with you to a point, because the last 2 matches of the season, I waited for dramatic effect, is against Omaha Evolution, who have only had 1 loss on the season. They are high atop the standings right now on the table. Really, nobody can knock them off, at least not mathematically in the perceivable future, as Emporia FC will close out the season on the road against Omaha twice in the next 2 weeks. And that's a tough task. I mean, you could probably get a little closer in terms of points if you're able to knock them off in those 2 contests, but that is a tough task to have to try and knock down.
It is, but you know what? Maybe they catch them on an off night, little complacency, and you know what the other part is? Maybe we see a little growth in Emporia FC, and things can happen. And you have to believe in the process and what they're doing.
Well, just like Lionel Messi getting his first hat trick ever in the World Cup a few days ago, anything can happen, and we'll be here to witness it. But the big thing, though, I have to bring up is the fact that Emporia FC has had an ever-changing list of names in the last several weeks. A lot of the core players have gone on to other opportunities, have suffered injuries and gone back home, or simply have moved on to different endeavors, maybe outside the sport. So you have quite a few new faces on the roster here tonight. Not many of them are going to be starting, but Pedro Belmont, for example, at midfield, the center attacking midfielder, that's a brand new name we haven't seen yet. Andre Lopez, the right back, going to be added to that very impressive back line for Emporia FC that has kept them in contests throughout the season. But that is a lot of gelling you have to do with a team that's been building that chemistry in a very short period of time against an opponent you just can't seem to knock off.
That's right, and it is tough. You nailed it too. It's really about the gelling and how they work together as a team, right? And the things that they do. We've seen some things early in the year where they were doing some really nice inside vertical passing, and that's a part of playing together, being around, knowing your teammates and what you can do and how they move on the field and what they're trying to do. And hopefully we continue to see that. But when you have to restart every week, that's hard. It's really tough. But the next man up mentality still has to apply. You go out and play and see what happens.
Well, I do want to bring up here as we look at the Union KC roster, I know there's probably going to be some changes from last time, but looking at this, I want to bring up their goalkeepers. Daniel Wozniak, and also trying to find him on here, Alex Grace. They actually switched out at the half. Wozniak had a very solid first half. He only let in a goal because there was basically a penalty shot, and Emporia was able to capitalize on it with Fabio Arroyo, but he stood tall and was able to overcome it. And then they switch out to Grace, who doesn't let another goal even close to going in. that is something that we don't talk enough about, is really the mental games between the two guys between the pipes on both sides. Of course, we have Pedro Silva, which we'll talk about here in a minute, but you have to have a little hesitancy going against a team who can match you in the goal and on the field. They're very similar teams in the way they match up.
Yeah, and the thing about Union's goalies is they're two different styles. Like Wozniak's tall, big kid, fills the pipes up, fills the whole thing up, can cover it all. And the other goalie's a little smaller, a little quicker, covers pipe to pipe a little bit better, So they're both very different in their approach. So that, again, it's a different thing for Emporia to have to think about or how they attack.
Absolutely. Well, again, it is going to be an interesting dynamic between these two. As I said a moment ago, they do match up very evenly in the way they like to play. Union, they'll play it back as far as they need to try and open up that midfield. That is a similar style that we've seen Emporia really adopt over the last few years. Although, you made a good point. They've had the crisp passing here this season, but they've really favored the long ball for most of the contests, both here and in the UPSL.
And the thing about that is Emporia has some really good speed up front. And the ability to do that long ball. They can make those runs, and they have that timing with their teammates. Again, what we touched on, how's it going to work with some of these new guys coming in? Players shuffling in and out. Is it going to gel? Is it going to mesh? Is it going to work? How is the timing going to be to maybe capitalize on those opportunities?
Well, and I would argue that Emporia FC has something that is not uncommon, but it is unique in a way, and that is the different styles that Coach Victor Ibarra has been able to mold together with all these players from international levels. I mean, you've got Brazilians, you've got Japanese players, you've got English footballers, you've got guys from the U.S., you've got guys from Lithuania. I mean, all different countries, and while they're playing the same game, they do play very different styles. Some of them are more rugged, some of them are a little bit flashier, some of them are fast-paced, and some of them like to slow it down and just capitalize on mistakes. It's not often that you see so many different players from so many different styles somehow seamlessly mesh those styles together into one cohesive style of play.
And that's a credit to Coach Ibarra, right? He knows the talent that he's got around him and the pieces that he has, and he's trying to plug them into places, and he's been able to do that for the most part. We saw a lot of success with that last year, and this year the difference has been the extreme level of the change in and out of bodies that we've seen, that turnover. But Coach Ibarra has done a good job of still bringing his style, but letting these players be a little more creative and do their thing.
Well, and we talk about this too, how important the first 10 minutes will be. Pretty much any soccer match that you watch, it doesn't matter where it's being played, on what level. It could be the World Cup, which of course we had one of the biggest moments in the World Cup with Messi getting the hat trick and, of course, tying the goal record in Kansas City just about a week ago. Or if you're here at Emporia High School watching semi-professional soccer, it doesn't matter really what style you're playing or what level you're playing. It's all about that cohesiveness, and it's all about finding that right rhythm in that first 10 minutes, because that is what really tells the story down the stretch.
You can immediately see a game change and the flow of the game change if a goal is scored in that first, like you said, 10 or 15 minutes, because instead of just having to feel the other team out and what you're doing, somebody's going to be having to press a little bit harder. Somebody's going to be a little more confident and feeling good about what they're doing. And so it changes not only mentally but physically what these teams will have to do. So you're very right. You can change. The game can swing quickly, and in those first 10 minutes you can really set the tone for what lies ahead.
Well, I like to tell my boxers all the time, hey, you got a guy that wants to swing at you, and that's all he can do. Let him swing as much as he can. Evade, and let him get tired. And you start to see that when the one team throws the first jab and it lands, and by that I mean scoring a goal, you start to see them emptying the tanks, pushing a little bit more. They get a little frazzled because nobody ever thinks they're going to be the first one to let a goal in. I mean, It shakes a lot of confidence. But I bring up that point because you want to talk about confidence. Let's talk about the big man from Brazil in between the pipes here for Emporia FC and Pedro Silva. I feel like he has brought a different sense of confidence to this team that last year they were not lacking in confidence whatsoever. I would argue that many of them were not lacking in confidence this year, but it just feels like he brought a whole new reinvigorated sense of confidence when he had his first match in the UPSL and then immediately got bumped up here to the League for Clubs.
Well, it's like you said, it's a confidence thing. It allows those defensive backs to feel a little more secure in what they do. Maybe they can be a little more aggressive knowing what's behind them still, that last line of defense, right? They can go a little harder and get after those guys and try to shut things down in advance of and say, let's try to turn this over and switch this, get it going the other way. And that's it. it just helps everybody going forward when you have that faith in that guy in the pipes.
You're absolutely right. Well, we're going to go ahead and jump in to our starting lineups as we have them currently here. We'll start with the visiting Union KC. This is, of course, how we have the roster as of right now. There could be changes following the formal introductions. We've been yet to be sent a formal roster from them, but nonetheless, as we have it, they'll be starting off with Braden Hannon, David Weinberg, Zachary Peterson, Russell Woods, Giuliano Navarro, Francisco Vizcaino, McLean Dom, Henry Mullen, Griffin Heinen, Miles Crosser, and again, according to the lineup that we have, Alex Grace starting in goal. Now, for the Emporia FC Black Lions, they shape up like this. At striker, he's got the big black boots and the white socks. He leaves defenders absolutely shocked. All the way from England, it's Ken's Toms. Coming in at left wing from Japan, he's quick, he's slick. He only needs one kick. It's Kanata Takahashi, the speed demon out of Japan. From Lithuania, he doesn't smile often, but hey, get up in his face, you'll see his teeth show. It's Joku Jankauskis. From Brazil, we have El Capitan. He's been wearing the armband quite a few times here this season. Conrado Arbiza, glad to see that big Brazilian back on the lineup here for Emporia FC. Henry Gonzalez with the heroics coming in at center defensive midfield from the USA. New name here, as we mentioned, on the roster. Also at center, it is Pedro Belmont. From Brazil, he'll attack, he'll defend, he'll do it all for a win. It's Bernardo Hanel. At right back, he'll be joined by Andre Lopez, another new name here to the roster. At center back, you can't ask for better than Yushin Nakano. Also, Felipe Candido, the returner from Emporia FC, has worn the captain's armband as well. From Brazil, Felipe Fearless Candido. And at goal, he's big, he's brave, and he'll always make the save. It's Pedro Big Save Silva. We're going to stop for just a moment for the national anthem that is currently underway. We're back here in just a moment. The national anthem concluding, and we are back here in the Lions Den for Emporia FC Soccer. The introductions are currently underway as Jackson Slavin introduced. Slavin, a big difference maker for Union in the last contest. Zachary Peterson, as we mentioned, so as we said, there might be some changes as Reese Laws, a new name that we did get to say last time. And, well, as we get through the introductions on the field, I want to hear from my brilliant color commentator and Corey Mitchell. Corey, you look at these two teams, you got to see them warm up. You've seen the differentials. You've seen the scores in the past. What are your keys to victory on both sides?
Key for Emporia right now, the number one and most important thing, find a way to put the ball in the net. Bottom line, they've scored one goal each time they've played this team. Find a way to put the ball in the net as many times as they can. From that standpoint, keep pushing. Find a way to make those little quick, crisp pass and move quickly through that. That's a way to break this defense and get it past their goalie. They got to score goals. They got to do that. and they still control their own destiny.
Yes.
Put the ball in the net.
You've said it multiple times here tonight, and we can't say it enough. They control their own destiny. You cannot let yourself think that just because you have one less match than the other team to close out the season, that you don't have the opportunity to really shake things up. You can't go out there and play defeated.
That's right, especially when tonight you can walk away here with a win, 3 points, moving ahead, and they're getting 0. You win the game.
Absolutely.
And so you control your own destiny. Win tonight. Worry about the next game when it comes.
I think the big key right here, too, is it's win or die, no ties. You have to go for the victory here if you're Emporia FC, especially you'd be sending one heck of a statement in your first year in the League for Clubs qualifying for the playoffs.
That's exactly right. That's what I'm saying. Put the ball in the net as many times as they can. Push it. Go for it.
Treat it like a game of EAFC where you're just absolutely running through a noob. Put it on easy mode, run up the score, have yourself a good time. Because, you know, it's not the biggest factor, but we should mention the points are the biggest factor when it comes to setting the playoffs. But in the event of a tie, Union KC holds the 2 victories over Emporia FC. There's no way that they can overcome that.
Correct.
So you need to put up as many points as possible. And should you find yourself into a 3-way tie, which the way it's looking, possible.
Yeah, it's always possible.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Not likely, but possible.
Right. That's right.
You would then have to go to goal differential, and Emporia FC does currently hold the best goal differential, but really it is that head-to-head matchup that's the biggest difference maker here against Union KC.
Get the 3 points tonight and be happy with that and worry
Absolutely.
about next game next week, you know?
Absolutely. A little Timmy Trumpet going to get us started here for Emporia FC. Again, this is the final home match for the Black Lions this season, the inaugural season here in the League for Clubs. As we did just get sent a message from one Mr. Gabe Diaz-Serrano. Happy to report it has the correct roster on there. So let me go back through the starters for Union KC, our visitors here. They'll be starting off with Teddy Frank, Jackson Slavin. Slavin, as I mentioned, big difference maker there for Union in the last matchup. Had one of the decisive goals. Zachary Peterson, Diego Danini, Reese Laws, Matthew Drinkhouse, Caden Hones, Henry Mullen, Griffin Heinen, Adam Wyman, and Alex Grace, as I mentioned, in between the pipes there for Union KC. So thank you to Gabe Diaz-Serrano, our PA announcer, sometimes fourth official, depending on what happens in games. We appreciate him sending that to us. As both teams getting set here, and it looks like the visitors and Union KC will be kicking off to start tonight's action. So we mentioned how important that first 10 minutes will be. We'll see who's able to grab the momentum by the throat as Emporia FC about to break their huddle and head out for their final home match of this inaugural League for Clubs season.
I want to see how fast Emporia can get the ball and how well they push in that first couple times they touch it. Are they going to kind of feel their way through, or are they going to kind of be aggressive? It's going to be very interesting to see how they go and attack early.
I want to tell Gabe, hey, you're interrupting Corey's brilliant insights there. How dare he? He doesn't understand He doesn't understand. You're telling us what we need to know, and he just talks over you. So rude. And it looks like there was a little reversal there as Emporia FC actually kicked things off. So Emporia FC already playing it to the back line. Going to try and push up across midfield, and you're going to see a lot of similarities between these two squads and how they like to approach things. Pushing it up the way now. Emporia FC gets hung up a little bit. Union will take over just past midfield on their own side. And now, again, the wide passing, trying to space it out right near the boundary in front of us, as they're also trying to find that opening heading the opposite direction. Good stop there by Emporia FC. It goes to Jankowskis. Jankowskis now looking for an open man. He's going to have to beat three, and, well, it looked like he was trying to leave it.
He tried to find some space, didn't he? And
yeah.
It just wasn't there, but that's the right kind of look, though.
Trying to find Takahashi, and we saw this in the last matchup between these two teams. Emporia struggled to try and get through the back line of Union KC because they like to play 3 men to 1, 2 men to 1. It doesn't matter. They always want to make it an odd man situation.
Yeah, they really pack it in on that back line, and you'll see 4 defensive backs back there.
Get the stoppage in play here. The free kick awarded to Union KC off the foul there by Emporia. Nearing the first minute and a half gone in this early contest. Again, we cannot understate the importance of this matchup for Emporia FC. Just 2 points behind Union KC. The 3 points here in a win would be astronomically important. Little sunset here, or I should say just sunlight. Thought we were going to have the cloud cover here, but you can never predict anything with Emporia, as Emporia FC will provide another free kick opportunity here to Union KC off the foul, fighting for the ball.
The passing hasn't been as crisp as I'd like to see, but we're only 3 minutes in, so it's all right, but it's not quite as crisp as I expected.
Hear that, guys? You're disappointing one Mr. Corey Mitchell. How dare you?
I think it's been that way, though, on both sides. It's just not, they're kind of feeling it out.
Absolutely. Well, and we mentioned that this is the point where you're trying to find that early rhythm, and no matter how many times you play together, no matter how long you've been together as a team, Corey, you still have to go through that period of adjustment in every single match. I go back to, it doesn't matter what level you're playing at, there's always going to be that early onset of, okay, we need to get into a rhythm before you actually do.
What are you thinking versus what I'm thinking? What do you see, you know,
Exactly.
and especially with the creativity part of this game and how it is. So
clearance there by Emporia FC goes off the head of Toms. Sends it back into the Union KC side. Now Union pushing up across midfield. It's on the toe of Diego Danini. Danini, the corner kick specialist for Union KC. Now KC at the top of the box on the left side. Great stop there by the back line for the Black Lions.
Nice
Kanata Takahashi has it on the far side, trying to get around a defender. Sends the long ball to the right side. Jankowskis has it tracked. Now needs to get around to Nini, and he gets shin checked by Danini. Gives him a little shove back for good measure. Goes back to Emporia, but it's going the opposite direction of where they want to be pressing.
Just kind of reset this and swing it back around. It's kind of a good little look. The ball just kind of hung in the air.
Again, Emporia has really adopted a love for that long ball style that we weren't really used to seeing last season unless it was coming from the goal. It was typically short passes and bursts of speed. They've kind of combined those two. We've seen the short passing on the backside, but they're really favoring the long ball and the speed demons in Takahashi and Jankowskis, who's shown he's had some wheels as well to catch up to it. Bernardo Hanel now trying to get a good ball clear of the defenders, and again in the odd man situation. Had 2 men in the back and another man up front waiting for him, Corey.
Yeah, you know, a lot of blue jersey right there. Try to find those things out. Keep it. They do. They really pack it in. They really pack in that defense. Again, four defensive backs. Oh, nice long ball there.
Emporia will get it. They send it back up top. Now on the toes.
Oh. It's kind of what we were just talking about right there. The two guys ended up in the same spot.
Ball gets sent clear out of play, and it'll be a goal kick here for Union KC. Again, Alex Grace, the man in the net here for Union. We'll see if they switch him out at halftime like they did with the goalkeepers. Said Wankowski, and that would not be correct, and I knew it wasn't correct. I wasn't going to say it on the air, but I still did. Cavalcade of errors right there. 5.5 minutes gone in this contest. Still scoreless here in the early going as Emporia FC regains possession on their own side of the field in the form of Bernardo Hanel. They'll send it back to Big Save Silva.
Oh.
He tried to clear it out. It hits a Union KC player. And Emporia able to steady themselves and get it back there. Nakano worked it up and now goes back once again to Nakano. Nakano looking for a man. He'll get it in the form of Felipe Candido. Candido sent a long ball over the head of Danini, and it's almost close to a handball there by the captain, Caden Hoens. Emporia FC now breaking away with it. That's Pedro Belmont, the new face for Emporia FC, making his first start at home. Working up the far seam. Takahashi going to try some fancy footwork and again gets cut off in the odd man scenario.
Just nothing back there. I mean, you look, there's 5 blue jerseys on that, back there on that D, and they're really just content to pack it in on that.
They're going to sit
against
down tight.
Emporia.
Yeah, they're not going to let you through without a fight there, as Hanel has it now off the pass on the far seam. Great ball to Takahashi. He's going to take the long shot, and that one is well off the mark, but good thought there by Kanata. I think he was trying to channel his inner Kylian Mbappe, who's been scoring left and right from the top of the box so far all tournament long in the World Cup.
I think that shows, though, he took that long shot, and he had a little space around him when he took that. And I'm okay with taking that shot, but I think that that's the recognition of how tightly the Union KC is packing in that defensive line back there.
Well, and I think it's also maybe trying to feel out the response time of Grace, because I think he knows he's probably going to have to do a lot of work from up high, whereas Kanata typically likes to get inside and try and bang it right past you. I think he knows he's going to have to be taking some long shots here tonight and hope the law of averages will be on his side.
Yeah, he does like to get inside and work his way through.
Union now moving back on their own side. Henry Mullen with it. Will play it back to Alex Grace in goal. Grace sends it to the far side. Now Union again trying to work up the far seam. Getting a little challenge there from Bernardo Hanel. We get a man down. That's Kanata Takahashi. Hanel still has it. Hanel, great feed to the right side of Jankowskis, but he might have lost a step trying to settle it down. He fires it off the bum of a defender. Comes back to Emporia FC once again.
Nice. I'd just like to see they're taking some longer shots, like you said, and I'd like to see him try to push a little bit in there. But
Pedro Belmont was trying to find the left winger Takahashi. Gets taken away by Union again because of that style of defense. They like to pack it in tight, as Corey has said a few times. And that's going to make it difficult to squeak one through in the box to set up a good scoring opportunity, and that's exactly what they're banking on. Now Union on the near seam. It goes to Danini. Danini passes it off, goes back to him again, playing a little catch there with Henry Mullen. Mullen now gives it over to Zachary Peterson. Peterson will play it to the far side. So far, neither team has really had what we would call a optimal opportunity, though at least one shot on goal, I should say, for Emporia FC from Kanata Takahashi just a few moments ago from top of the box. And Toms now gets caught in the back line. It goes off the toe of Candido. He plays it back to Nakano. Nakano trying to push it back up, now going back to the back line again.
Really feels like Union KC is waiting for Emporia to try to make a mistake.
Again, that law of averages.
To get any offensive production.
Well, Union now going to try and press here. They've got one man up front. It was on the toe of Teddy Frank. Frank played it up top into the center, and it's taken away again by Bernardo Hanel. I said it before. He can attack. He can defend. He'll do it all for the win. That's Bernardo Hanel. Now on the toes of Takahashi. Nice move around the defender. He's still got a wall in front of him. Fires the shot. Goes through the American goalpost.
I think that's going to be a corner, wasn't it? Deflected, I believe, off of a blue jersey.
I believe you are correct. Good catch there, Mr. Mitchell. That was deflected off a defender, so a goal kick opportunity, or excuse me, corner kick opportunity here for Emporia FC. And it looks like Pedro Belmont is going to be the one to take the corner. We'll see what he can do here. Again, Pedro, a new name on the roster for us here.
Wow, they've got everybody pretty deep on this set, on this corner kick, and they're going to bring them through. I like this.
Long ball to the opposite side. Gets a toe on it. There's an opportunity, but it's taken away by Union's defense. Good look there, as I couldn't tell exactly, but it was either, I think it was Toms or Takahashi that got the toe tap on it, and then it was just kicked away by the defenders because it didn't have a lot of power behind it. It's hard to generate that power when you're tied up by 6 different guys at one time, but good effort there by Emporia FC. Another good look.
I like how Coach Ibarra had a little game plan for that corner kick for him, and they looked like they executed it okay. Obviously not the end result, but there was some execution to it and some thought and foresight.
Andre Lopez pushing it up the way, goes out. It'll be right near the corner for a throw-in. see what Lopez decides to do. Goes overhead, throws it to Toms, who again in an odd man situation, but another throw in for Emporia FC, this time a little further away from the goal. And it'll be handed off from Belmont back to Lopez. Lopez throws it in, he goes right back to him. He almost took Arbiza's head off with that line drive pass to the left side. Union takes it back now on the far seam, trying to work their way up. Now into an odd man situation of their own as Emporia FC starting to collapse on them a little bit more.
I'll tell you what, Emporia is really controlling the ball in this game.
Yeah.
So far, these first 10, 12 minutes that we've had.
We are into the final seconds of the 11th minute, quickly approaching the 12th minute of play. Jankowskis has it. He'll play it to Lopez. Lopez will send it back, and whoa, that was not the prettiest pass there from Arbiza. But I'm not going to say that more than once because I know he's an athlete and he can beat me up. So great job, Conrado. Good job. Good job. Fantastic job. On the far side now, a little bit of back and forth there between Takahashi and Hanel. And now they'll switch the field. It goes to Lopez, who's immediately challenged by Danini from Union, and we'll get a stoppage there by our center official. Good call, as Danini was wildly out of control coming in for that challenge, and he was not even really aiming for the ball, it looked like.
No, he just kind of went at the body.
Well, he got it, that's for sure. Emporia SC free kick there. Went to Candido, to Nakano, now up to Hanel, who's streaking up the left side. Nice ball down to Jankowskis, but
nice
it's a little
touch.
high. He has to settle. He's going to take the shot. That one high and over the top again, but that will be the third shot on goal in this contest. All three belong to Emporia FC.
That was a great first touch on that ball, that he got it down on the ground, and then he just went through. He just got a little under the ball. He gets on top of that a little bit. It's right there where it needs to be, but that's still that's a nice way to do everything.
Well, that's the second time, though, that Joku has had an opportunity. First time he's had one in a one-on-one situation so far, but both times that ball just came in a little high, and he had to do that extra little touch to settle it down. And I think he maybe missed just a little bit of a step in that. We talk about the sport of football. It's a game of seconds and inches, just like the American sport. It's all about timing, and if you lose a half step, it can cost you an opportunity on the goal.
Tell you what, early in this game, Hanel's played really good. He's stopped. He's had a couple defensive times to turn the ball over, and then he's set a couple of crosses that really gave some good looks. He's seeing things out there right now.
Absolutely. Hanel has a great vision of the field. We've seen that all season long as he has been a major presence there in the midfield area and even up close and personal with a couple goalkeepers. Another long ball here by Emporia FC to Jankowskis. This one right in front of him, but being highly contested by Henry Mullen. Opportunity on goal. It goes off the toe of Toms. He's trying to settle it back down. He fires it back towards the goal, trying to cross it, and it's taken away by Union, but it's staying close in. Lopez has it now. He gets pushed by Danini. Danini again trying to get Lopez off the ball. He fires it back towards the goal. Toms was in the center with Jankowskis, but it goes off the toe of the defender, so another corner opportunity for Emporia FC, and we saw how close they came on the first one.
I really like how Emporia's really done a good job of putting balls across the face of the goal, a lot of crosses. Maybe the passes haven't been perfect, but they've been close, and that leads to opportunities. Keep doing things like that, good things will happen.
Yep.
And it looks like we have another pretty specific set corner again.
Right towards the goal. It goes off the hip of Jankowskis.
It almost seemed like he didn't see the ball.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I would say he got lost in the sun, but it's on the opposite side. I think he just had a bit of a delayed reaction as Pedro Silva comes far out of the goal to back up his back line and fire the ball back towards midfield as Union was looking like they were going to try and get into an attacking scenario. Ball played back at the top of the box to Silva. Silva taking his time here, and I think Union's going to press, so he'll send it to the opposite side over to Hanel. Hanel again finds himself in an odd man situation, trying to work it to his teammates. It goes to Takahashi, who's going to turn it over past the midfield marker to Union KC. Approaching the 16th minute of play in the early stages of this contest, still even at 0 between these two teams. Again, 3 very important points on the line as we get a man tripped up on the Union KC side, and it's going to be a free kick here for the gentleman from Kansas City. And here's the note I didn't give you before the contest. This is almost the exact same area that they scored the definitive goal the last time that these two teams matched up.
Yeah, they're going to be somewhere about 20, 25, 30 yards out on this, and it's kind of in a dangerous spot. And
well, and if it's Danini taking the shot, you need to be prepared for an absolute rocket launcher of a kick. Don't let the distance fool you. It could probably be on the opposite 40-yard line on this field, and he would still have a good shot at it. Danini has a absolute cannon for a leg, and he is a marksman.
looks like he's – I don't know
Not
who's
sure if he's
kicking.
gonna
I don't know
take it
who's
now.
kicking it
There's
yet.
two right there to take it, and it looks like he will let it go. Shot on goal. Great save by Pedro Silva. Diving save by Big Save.
The shot was very good, and the save, he got a hand on it, got it off the pipe, and now it's going to be a corner kick. First one of these for Union tonight, and
see what they can do here.
let's see how Emporia's how they defend this.
The sun was interfering with my vision a little bit. I believe it was Henry Mullen that took the shot on the free kick. Corner goes off a few heads, and now Emporia FC trying to settle it back. Angel Lopez was able to grab the ball, or I should say able to gather the ball, was coming up, lost the possession, but still was charging at him with a full steam mentality. And, man, Lopez, have been very impressed with him so far. He does not slow down until the whistle blows.
They really defended that corner kick well.
Yes.
Got it turned around. They're looking for something, but again, that Union defense is just really packed in there.
Yushin Nakano sent it to his fellow countryman, Kanata Takahashi. He goes off the chest of Jankowskis. Great ball to Jankowskis from Takahashi. Shot on goal, save by Alex Grace. Ball still in play, though. And Union immediately going. I think Emporia FC thought that one went out, so they kind of slowed up a little bit, and Union's going to capitalize on that on the counterattack.
That was a great set of passes, individual play, and really a fabulous save by the goalkeeper because it was close and one hand on a dive. I mean,
he's definitely living up to his last name in grace, because I think that save was touched by the Lord. That was beautiful. Can't deny that. Hanel playing it back to Nakano. Nakano at midfield, trying to go around the defenders again. And right now, Emporia kind of finding the numbers game on their side. Another long ball down the way. Takahashi trying to get there, and Danini comes in and just absolutely bodies him. And no whistle from the official.
A lot of contact in the box right there.
Well,
that's a lot of contact.
This is familiar from the last time, as Takahashi essentially got turned into a crash test dummy with Union KC just running through him whenever they felt like it. There's never a whistle against it till later in the game. So Kanata, again, loves that up-close and personal type of one-on-one with the goalkeeper. He's going to have to go through some punishment if he wants that opportunity here tonight, as we just saw, as Danini got away with an absolute crime. Emporia FC calling for a handball against Union in the form of Teddy Frank off that deflection, but the official not going to give it to him. Don't know that I disagree with that one. Cross in on the box, headed away by Emporia FC, now trying to clear it back towards midfield. Toms has it. Sends it to Takahashi. Takahashi now going to get into a foot race here with Danini. Takahashi trying to split the defenders, and he'll lose the possession. They'll play it back to Grayson goal. Jankowskis immediately coming up to challenge him, to force him to pass it off.
That right there is guys not playing together enough right there, because that was a pretty good idea and just didn't quite get through.
Still a little issue with the rhythm here as we are past the 20-minute mark in this scoreless contest. Top of the box with it now. Takahashi off his chest. Got to go through one man. Takes a shot on goal. That one high yet again. But I will say, I'm not a mathematician. That one looked a few inches lower than the first one, so he's starting to get the distance down. And when Takahashi has the targeting just right, he's almost impossible to stop.
We've seen it a couple times. They've been a little under the ball. They just need to get on top of it, get a little down.
That'll be the fifth shot on goal for Emporia FC. Two of those coming from Takahashi. as the goal kick goes to Union. They're trying to work it back up onto the Black Lions side of the field.
Boy, Emporia has really, really dominated the possession in these first 22 minutes.
I
of
wish
this
we had
contest.
a statistic on that. I'll have to try and put that in the budget for next year. But I would definitely say the time difference would be in Emporia's favor. It is a man goes down, diving for the ball, and now we get the whistle. But you get a man absolutely football tackled in the box, and we decide to lose the whistle on that one, but I'll just leave that at that. Union KC gets the free kick and start pushing their way back up towards the Black Lions side. On the toe of Matthew Drinkhouse, sends it towards the FC goal. Nakano, I'm not sure if he was trying to clear that or play it back to Silva, but it goes to Silva, who just boots it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in here for Union KC. They took it a little bit further away than they needed to, but Henry Mullen throws it in. Emporia FC swarms on top of it. Trying to feed it to Toms. He gets beat. And once again, a Black Lion, this time, gets two hands shoved, as blatant as you could possibly be, and there's no whistle. Goodness. I'm starting to turn some heads over here, and it's not just because of my dashing good looks. You guys didn't have to laugh that hard at that. Thank you. Another man gets tripped up at midfield. Takahashi still has it, plays it past Danini, and it's intercepted by Union KC once more. And I'm telling you right now, if this is just the first 22 and a half minutes, it's going to get awful chippy down the way, especially the way these two teams play so similarly to each other.
And it had been pretty clean up until the last maybe 5 minutes.
Well, don't know how you're going to watch that one back and say you made the right no call. Yushin Nakano sends it up to Hanel. Hanel, a couple toe taps, getting it over, and now finds himself again in an odd man situation. We get another player knocked down. This time we finally get the whistle.
It was he just came in and knocked him down.
Yeah.
We got the call right.
No control. Ball played to Lopez. Lopez was trying to find Takahashi. The line was just a little off. It's intercepted again by Union, taken back by Lopez now to Takahashi on the near seam. He's got Toms in front of him. He sends it up to Belmont. Great ball to Jankowskis. He needs to beat two men. He's got an opportunity. Shot on goal.
Great
right
ball.
pass. Grace. Goal! JJ all the way. Joku Jankowskis breaks the scoreless tie in the 23rd minute.
Two really, really good passes right there to make that happen. Two really good passes.
With love from Lithuania, Emporia FC up 1-0 now over Union KC. Well, you can beat them, you can batter them, but you can't stop them. Emporia FC taking some punishment there, stayed composed, and they were able to find the goal. Give Grace some credit. He tried to make that save, but Jankowskis did a great job. Put it right on the ground. It never left the turf and just sneaked right past him.
Big pace. He really got it. He really got into it really good. Kept it low. Hard ball to save, and as close as he was. That pass, the setup was just perfect. It was two space. Joku went here, got it, one touch, boom.
That was one case where the odd man situation did not work out in favor of Union, as Corey just mentioned, the spacing being all the difference. Too much space between defenders and attacker. Now Emporia going to try and look for another one here as they're pushing onto the Union side. Ball now on the toes of Kanata Takahashi. He goes around Danini, pushing it back up. Emporia starting to look a little bit more into a rhythm here off that goal. Felipe Candido.
They've defended very well. Other than a couple little minor lapses, they've defended very well.
Yeah.
And then we have seen a lot of looks at the goal, right? Some of them may have been high or wide, the shots, but we've seen a lot of looks at the goal.
Conrado Abizo will turn it over at midfield. Union will send it back towards Pedro Silva, who will just boot it out of play. We'll get a throw in for Union. Off to the right side as we see it from the box. Well, actually, they're going to take it from right off the side of their own goal. I feel like Union's been taking these throw-ins further away than what they're actually awarded. I'm not sure if that's a strategy or they're just not clear. As Union now, opportunity on goal. Coming in for the diving save, Pedro Silva. Took away the opportunity before he could even pull the leg back to think about the shot. Great awareness by Big Save Silva.
It was a creative little pass by Union to get to where it was, but Silva did a good job of coming off his line and getting out and getting that ball.
Little scorpion pass goes up to Toms. He'll boot it off the shoulder of a Union defender. And now Union KC had it for a moment. Hanel has it now for Emporia FC. He plays it to Toms right near midfield. Toms, little stutter step, goes to Takahashi. Now in a one-on-one matchup. See what he can do with the fancy footwork there. He split defenders before. He goes back to Toms. Toms back to Takahashi on the right side of the box. Good feet inside, but the header just a little off the mark. Jankowskis has it off his forehead, and he was trying to find a man, but unfortunately the only one he found was in the Union KC blue. Danini has it now for
Union. Really
Union.
good cross, though. Just didn't line up, but that was a really good cross with two guys on him.
Yeah. Emporia FC has proven that no matter how many guys you put on them, they can still get a pass off. It's just, where's it going to land sometimes?
They have put a lot of shots towards the goal and across there since in these first 30 minutes that they've almost.
Collision at midfield with Arbiza. Man goes down for Union, and we get a whistle by the center official. And Arbiza, understandably upset with that call, considering a couple of his teammates were getting pounded like ground beef just a little while ago. Henry Mullen plays it to Danini. It gets played back now to Griffin Heinen. Heinen back to Danini. And Union trying to push themselves back up the way, looking for an equalizer. Collision right near the top of the box. No whistle there. They're going to say just some incidental contact going for the ball. I agree with that call.
He's certainly letting them play.
Left side. Nice takeaway there by Angel Lopez. Lopez.
Really good defending tonight. Really good.
Yeah, leaves it up top to Takahashi, who will turn it over as Tom's not able to get a boot on it. And now Union back into the short passes here. It's on the toe of the captain, Caden Hones. He'll take a long shot towards the goal, and though he didn't need to, Pedro Silva did go for the save. Luckily, it was far off the mark and out of play, so a goal kick here from Emporia FC. See what Pedro decides to do, because he's really changed up his strategy multiple times throughout the season. You never know if he's going to go short or go long, because he knows he can trust that back line to really explode out. And he'll go short this time to Nakano.
He's been doing it the whole game and staying that way.
Nakano with the long ball goes over the head at midfield of the Union players. They'll play it back to Grace in goal, far outside his box. Nice job reeling in the pass there by Union. Takahashi almost takes it away, and then Lopez steps up to challenge. Henry Mullen sends it back with the throw in to Peterson. Peterson will play it back to Grace again, and Tom's
pushing him there. He's
got that English speed and a little bit of fire as he was running at everybody. Get out of his way.
Hey, you get a cheap one just as good as a pretty one, right?
Yeah. Well, let me put it this way. Never stand between an Englishman and a football. That is your funeral all day, every day. Long ball sent towards the Emporia FC goal, easily handled by Pedro Silva. We've surpassed 30 minutes in this first half. It's 1-0 Emporia FC off the beautiful goal by the Lithuanian Joku Jankowskis in the 23rd minute. Textbook passing led to a great split of the defense and a 1-0 start for the Black Lions. Hanel gets tangled up fighting for the ball in front of the Union KC bench. They'll say it was last touched by Union, so it'll be a throw in here for Hanel.
The wind's starting to pick up here, and
yeah,
it'll be at Emporia's back in the second half.
assuming it continues at the pace that it
That's
is.
right.
Now, it's definitely not the strongest wind that we've seen thus far this season.
No.
Ball out of play again. Hanel will have another throw in from just off the side of the Union bench. So far, both teams have managed to have a few opportunities on goal, but Emporia has definitely won that battle as they are right about 6 shots, one of those going in. Union so far, to my recollection, about 2.
Yeah, they've had Emporia's been much better on offense and defense so far. Well, on offense, they've had a lot more opportunities. They've done a lot better job getting balls across the face of the goal and towards the goal.
Well, and Emporia has done a better job, I think, at keeping the action at midfield.
They have. Union has not done much in their third to try to score this whole game.
Candido deflects a pass. Union will send it back the other way. Again, that's Caden Hones, the captain for Union KC. Just a quick update for those of you that were maybe waiting for the restart of the France-Iraq match of the World Cup. Up just a moment here as we get a man down. No whistle. Emporia FC still with possession right at the top of their own box, trying to send it up the way. We played back to Nakano. Nakano goes to the far seam to Hanel. Hanel turning on the afterburners here into the opposing third. Nice cross down low, but it's a little short for Jankowskis to get there. For those of you like me who are supporting the beautiful country of France in the World Cup, you'll be happy to know they did restart. They did start the second half after the lengthy storm delay. It's 3-0 France over Iraq. So France on their way to punching their ticket to the round of 32 in the World Cup. Allez Bleu. Angel Lopez with an opportunity. Right side of the box, crosses inside. Toms had an opportunity, but he was a half step behind the ball. But man.
Again, you see the opportunity. I mean, they're getting looks, you know. Will they connect? Maybe. If they keep doing it, they're going to have that chance.
I think Ken Toms, the only reason that he was a half step behind was because he got tangled up with the defender. Otherwise, he's right there. Jankowskis now coming up to challenge Henry Mullen. Mullen will play it back towards his own goal. And, normally, we were talking about when you get rocked with that first shot in the early going, you start to panic a little bit. But Union KC, I got to give them credit, and I saw this in the last contest too, very composed. Extremely composed.
They have been, and actually the first 20 minutes they had almost zero offense, and in the last 10 minutes they put on a little bit. Since that goal was scored, you've seen them down and get a shot or two down on goal. So
they're a team just like Emporia FC. We've talked about this before, Corey. Emporia FC, when they need the goals, they can find them, and they will do it in a hurry. Well, Union's kind of like that as well. They know that they can score if they need to and when they need to, so they're not in a hurry to turn that ball over. That's why they're playing that slower pace.
I just want to see Emporia connect on a couple of these balls that they've sent across, some of these opportunities. They've done a good job.
I don't think you're alone in that desire, Corey. Cross in the box for Union. Shot on goal. Great save by Yushin Nakano.
Been some
roar of approval from the Black Lions supporters. The Pride very proud in the center back.
Really good defending.
Yeah.
Really good defending tonight.
Nakano, perfect placement there. Comes in and makes the toe save. Now it will lead to the corner here for Union. And Union, similar to Emporia, really pushing back towards the far side of the goal.
To it.
Here comes the cross.
Good ball.
Better header away there by Felipe Candido. Ball goes sky high. Everybody watching to see where it'll land. It's still in play, headed back towards the Emporia goal by Union. Now Emporia with possession. Hanel has it right near the corner, and I think he was trying to play it off a man, but instead he finds a teammate up front, and it gets pushed back towards midfield.
There you go.
Tom's coming to challenge.
Well, he's not afraid to get in there.
No. Well, English football, very rugged, very tough.
That's right.
They don't call it the Premier League for nothing. You got to be one of the premier athletes, and you got to have a premier set of guts to go match up with some of those guys. Union, another opportunity taken away by Emporia FC in that back line. Toms,
Two
couple
good
touches on the
touches.
ball, gives it to Takahashi. Takahashi long ball, intended for Jankowskis. It's intercepted by Henry Mullen. Jankowskis not giving up on the opportunity, continues to press. Here comes Takahashi as a man gets knocked down near midfield. And it goes to Danini. Danini got challenged by Lopez, goes right around him. Pressing into Emporia's third. On the left side of the box, he crosses. Shot on goal is taken away again by Emporia FC's defense. I believe that was Hanel who stepped up to stop that one. Arbiza
Good
to
passing.
Jankowskis to Lopez.
job.
Lopez in a 3-on-1 situation, stumbles over his own feet, getting pushed off the ball, still maintains possession, stops it from going out, tried to bang it off of Mullen. And now Union regains possession. Now they're tiptoeing on the boundary. And they'll play it back to Grace as Jankowskis was swarming all over Griffin Heinen.
We've really seen good pressure and push in that
Fantastic,
offensive
yeah.
third by Emporia tonight. Really good. They've done a really good job.
Into the
There they go. They
37th
got
minute of
that,
this
yeah.
first half, we get a man knocked down in an Emporia FC jersey and a whistle from the official. I think that was Kanata. Yeah, it was. He's not going to win any acting awards, but like let Kanata let it sell for like half a second, man. He popped right back up. Got his second wind. Hanel tried to reel in the pass from the goal. Now Danini, almost gets ran into by Lopez as Lopez was coming up to stop Danini from receiving the pass. I think he might have stepped on a toe there. But nonetheless, it goes out of play, and Emporia will have the throw-in, last touch by Union, as we have now entered into the 38th minute of the first half. Still 1-0 in favor of Emporia FC off the goal that was scored in the 23rd minute by none other than Joku Jankowskis.
Not great.
Union now threatening. Emporia FC clears it out, sends it out of play. So it'll be a throw-in here for Union, but that's much more preferable than the opportunity they looked like they were going to have as Danini was trying to cross it right into the center of the box. Throw-in goes into the left side, and coming out to play the ball will be Pedro Silva. He's going to get challenged here a little bit. He'll just go ahead and pick it up, and nice heave to the far seam over to Hanel. Hanel now being challenged. Little tangle up. Hanel hits the deck. No whistle. Can't argue with that one. That's a fair call. Union threatening now. Ball goes out of play.
Corner.
Couldn't see in the bodies. Are you calling corner, Corey?
No, I actually think it's a goal kick.
You
Hard-
are correct.
hard
It
to
will
tell with
be
the
a
sun
goal
and
kick for
everything.
Emporia FC as we're both trying to fight against the sun that we didn't think we'd have to fight against. But the
right.
clouds said you've had enough coverage. Quickly approaching the final 5 minutes of regulation of this first half. We'll see how much added time we'll have.
There can't
Hasn't been
be
a lot of
I wouldn't
stoppages.
suspect more than a minute of stoppage time.
Jankowskis gets the pass from Toms,
Nice
trying to
touch.
go
Oh,
around the
nice
defenders.
touch.
Great move. Goes behind himself. Almost like a around the back dribble like you'd see in basketball, except with his feet. It was a great move by Jankowskis. Unfortunately, it gets taken away. A little half-hearted challenge there by Jankowskis at mid. Now into him. Ball goes off She who found himself in an odd man situation, and now he's trying to fight for it back. He's got Hanel off to his side, and late
Throw in.
whistle there
Throw
by
in.
the official. That's a terrible call. Personally, I'm not a big fan of late whistles. Either it's a foul or it's not. There shouldn't be the time to make up your mind. I think he might argue that he was allowing Union to play the advantage, and once Emporia touched it, but Emporia had possession for about 2 to 3 seconds before the whistle went.
Great job.
Sliding save again by Pedro Silva to another applause of approval from
Really
the
came
Pride
off his
here.
line to get that ball.
Again, I mentioned the wind, not the strongest we've had, but I think that might have
Yeah, I
factored
agree.
that ball just a little bit as Jankowskis was trying to reel it in on the boundary. It was just slightly out of his reach.
I agree. It just hung. It just made it hang up there.
Yeah. picturesque night here in the Sunflower State. Again, Tegan Terhune, Corey Mitchell on the call here for you in the Lions Den for Emporia FC. Union Casey now. Threatening again, cross in the box, headed away by Lopez. Shot on goal, not even close. It's going to go way wide. And a goal kick coming up for the Black Lions. Emporia FC with 41 and a half minutes played, up 1-0, thanks again to Joku Jankauskis, the leg from Lithuania, who scored in the 23rd minute to put them up in front.
I think at this point, with the way the latter part of this first half has gone, I think Emporia needs to try to get a little possession here and get out of here, get this half over with. There shouldn't be very much stoppage time.
Do you think they start to park the bus here a little bit?
Just a little bit and try to hang on to it some. They've done a lot of good things so far.
Now underway here, so 3 minutes remaining in regulation of this first half. As Corey had mentioned, likely not to see a significant amount of stoppage time. Union doesn't want to go into the locker room down by 1, so Henry Mullen really pushing up the way. Plays it back. Laser shot on goal. Scooping save. Pedro Silva.
You know, the first 35 minutes, Pedro Silva touched the ball twice, and now it's been a half a dozen times in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, the defense may be letting up just a little bit here as Union's getting much better looks than they had before with very little fight. Jankauskis gets the ball,
nice ball,
goes to Takahashi. He's got Toms to his left side. Can he get the cross? He does. Unfortunately, it's intercepted by Union. It was just a little too far ahead. That one was just a bit of a misread by the speedster from Japan.
Some really creative, nice touches there to get to some space.
I'm telling you right now, if Ken's Toms doesn't end up with a goal tonight, I'm rioting. That man has been fighting so hard in that box to try and just get a shot. If he doesn't get one in the back of the net, I'm just going ballistic.
And the thing is that we've seen some good crosses in his direction, you know, from it. Just defenders there, ball's a little off, whatever, timing things. But
great steal by Hanel, pushing back up to midfield. 43 and a half minutes gone. He gives it over to Belmont. Belmont now to Jankauskis. Jankauskis, good ball down the way. Trying to track it down is Toms. He stops it just off to the left side of the box. Again, as we see the action, he'll play it back to Hanel on the seam. Hanel playing it back to midfield. And Emporia, a great look and opportunity there. It's going to have to reset themselves. Candido goes down to Lopez on the near boundary. Pushing it up to Jankauskis. Jankauskis in a one-on-one. Great lead ball for Toms. Takes a shot.
You called it. You called it. You called it. That's a great call, Tate.
He's tough. He's tall. He'll fight you for that ball. He's Ken's Toms, ladies and gentlemen.
Boy, that's a way to... With only a minute left.
Yeah.
That's a big time goal right there. That was a great pass.
Ken's Toms in the 44th minute makes it 2-0 Emporia FC. The man from England saying, how do you do? That's my net. Not my most clever line, I'll be honest. I'm just excited.
He's pumped too.
Yeah, he's been fighting all night long to get that ball.
He usually doesn't show a lot of emotion, and he was pumped.
Absolutely. Toms on the score sheet here tonight puts his team up 2-0 as we are now into stoppage time. Still waiting official word on that, but I can't imagine it's going to be a lengthy period.
Great job.
More stellar defense here by Emporia FC as they are not going to let any easy goals slip past them. Minimum 1 minute of stoppage time. Jankauskis down the near seam. He's got two men trailing behind him, looking for Toms in the middle again. Instead, he goes to Takahashi at the top of the box. Takahashi almost loses it, still maintains possession. Kicks it back now to Belmont. Belmont, long shot on goal. That one literally goes between the crossbars.
Wow.
And that, I believe, should do it for the first half. It will. That signals the end of half number 1 and a stellar start for the Black Lions, up 2-0 over Union KC, thanks to the goals by Joku Jankowskis in the 23rd minute and the Englishman, Ken's Toms, striking while the iron was hot. Great passing, better finish. Toms tallies the second goal. Well, we are going to go ahead and take a short break, catch our breath. We'll be back here shortly with the start of the second half of action. It's 2-0, Emporia FC leading Union KC in this very important matchup. 3 very important points on the line for the Black Lions. How's it going to shake up? Who's going to walk away victorious? You got to come back and find out. We'll talk to you in the second half.
Brought to you by Praxis Sports, the unified platform helping sports organizations manage communication, scheduling, and operations in one place. Learn more at praxisports.com.
There's a leisurely lunch with friends. And then there's a 7-course gourmet tasting lunch with 7 perfect wine pairings aboard a fully restored 1915 Pullman rail car as it floats past rolling hills and rows of vines stretching out as far as the eye can see. Napa Valley. Live a little, or a lot.
What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities. For them, for our local businesses,
Got the new merch.
Oh my goodness.
for the community. Because when local businesses thrive,
Thank you so much.
the community also thrives. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities for our local businesses,
Thank you so much.
for the entire community. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do?
Brought to you by Praxis Sports, the unified platform helping sports organizations manage communication, scheduling, and operations in one place. Learn more at praxisports.com.
There's a leisurely lunch with friends. And then there's a 7-course gourmet tasting lunch with 7 perfect wine pairings aboard a fully restored 1915 Pullman rail car as it floats past rolling hills and rows of vines stretching out as far as the eye can see. Napa Valley. Live a little, or a lot.
What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities. For them, for our local businesses,
Got the new merch.
Oh my goodness.
for the community. Because when local businesses thrive,
Thank you so much.
the community also thrives. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities for our local businesses,
Thank you so much.
for the entire community. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do?
Brought to you by Praxis Sports, the unified platform helping sports organizations manage communication, scheduling, and operations in one place. Learn more at praxisports.com.
There's a leisurely lunch with friends. And then there's a 7-course gourmet tasting lunch with 7 perfect wine pairings aboard a fully restored 1915 Pullman rail car as it floats past rolling hills and rows of vines stretching out as far as the eye can see. Napa Valley. Live a little, or a lot.
What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities. For them, for our local businesses,
Got the new merch.
Oh my goodness.
for the community. Because when local businesses thrive,
Thank you so much.
the community also thrives. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities for our local businesses,
Thank you so much.
for the entire community. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do?
Brought to you by Praxis Sports, the unified platform helping sports organizations manage communication, scheduling, and operations in one place. Learn more at praxisports.com.
There's a leisurely lunch with friends. And then there's a 7-course gourmet tasting lunch with 7 perfect wine pairings aboard a fully restored 1915 Pullman rail car as it floats past rolling hills and rows of vines stretching out as far as the eye can see. Napa Valley. Live a little, or a lot.
What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities. For them, for our local businesses,
Got the new merch.
Oh my goodness.
for the community. Because when local businesses thrive,
Thank you so much.
the community also thrives. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities for our local businesses,
Thank you so much.
for the entire community. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do?
Oh, we're back. They got to fix. And we welcome you back here to Emporia, Kansas, the Lions' Den. It's 2-0, Emporia FC leading Union KC as we get set for the start of the second half. Tegan Terhune joined, of course, by the one and only Corey Mitchell here on the call as we take a look back there at the first half, the 23rd minute. Well, quite frankly, the first half, it was all Europe. Let's be perfectly honest. We got a goal from Lithuania, that being from Joku Jankauskis in the 23rd minute to open the scoring and give Emporia a 1-0 lead over Union KC. And then we would follow it up with a shot by the man from England in none other than Ken Toms, who was fighting for that opportunity the entire first half. Got it in the 44th minute, went right up to the goalkeeper, said, "Cheerio, how are you?" and let me have that goal. He certainly got it, and I know they're probably celebrating pretty big back there in England. I know his family watches the matches, and I'm sure that they had
a pint over it.
quite a maybe 2. You never know. But I know that they had to be very proud. I know his father very proud of him as well, and definitely a lot of cause for celebration there as Watkins has been a very important part of this team, but he has not been able to find that goal, at least on the home pitch. He's been fighting for it all season long, finally broke through right there. It was a very critical goal as well, giving Emporia a very much more comfortable 2-0 lead here as we head into the second half. But I've mentioned it multiple times, Union is not a team that goes away quietly, and they've actually come back and they've grasped the lead away from Emporia FC on more than one occasion, Corey.
Yeah, and what we saw is Emporia really dominated the first 25 minutes, 30 minutes of the game, early on, and then there was a 10-minute phase in there where Union did a great job of kind of wrestling it back, got a couple looks at the goal, and then Emporia closed strong, got a goal. We talked about it before the game. Put as many balls in the net as possible, and so far they've done that. If Emporia plays another half like that first half, which I thought was a very good first half of football,
absolutely.
If they do that again, they're going to win this game and get those 3 points, but they need to stay with what they were doing.
I thought I was trying to suck up to the English crowd. You said the right term. You said football. Good job. We're going to be very popular there in the UK, I think. But nonetheless, here we go. 45 more minutes plus some stoppage time, I'm sure, to settle this one. Of course, Emporia FC looking for their first victory against Union in this season. They've lost both contests previously 2-1, both of those coming on late opportunities there for Union from just outside the goal. As Union now a little bit more aggressive, running right through Conrado Arbiza, and no whistle is going to be called as Arbiza, a little smile on his face, said, well, I tried. Union now pressing pretty hard and fast. Definitely have changed up their approach from what we saw in the first half, where they were much more settled, a little slow moving. Right now, they're really pushing the pressure up front.
They are. It looks like a different team at this moment.
Yeah, it does.
Now they've got a set piece here in a dangerous spot as well.
Henry Gonzalez got a little over aggressive there, shoving down the Union attacker. As you mentioned, a pretty dangerous set piece here as the center official having a conversation with Gonzalez and Arbiza. Arbiza, I love Conrado and his nonverbal communication. He just shrug of the shoulders just every time, just a little shrug of the shoulders. He's like, why? What do you want?
Can't be that way.
Come on, what do you want? What do you want? It's like he's in a mobster movie. Yeah, come on, I don't think he's Italian. Two-man wall will be in front of the free kick here. Long ball goes up top. It's ripped down by Big Save Silva yet again, and that's going to be, I believe, the 5th save for Pedro on an opportunity here for Union. He's made some incredible saves. That one, not highlight reel worthy, but still very important. At midfield with it now, the Black Lions get themselves back into a two-man odd situation.
Good ball.
Going up against two defenders. Good ball on the right side on the toes of Kanata Takahashi. Shot on goal goes off the goal post. My correction, that was Angel Lopez there on the right wing as we see the action. Left side was Kanata Takahashi. I forgot they switch sides.
And
I'll
talking
about
switching sides, one of the things is the sun's going down.
Yeah.
And it's going to be right in Silva's eyes as these next 45 minutes tick off on the clock at a crucial part. It is going to literally be right in his eyes.
Well, Union's getting a little too aggressive there. It was Zachary Peterson, and it got tied up with Arbiza, and it led to a
Nice
free kick
ball.
for Emporia. Great
Great
ball to Takahashi, left side. Nice
Another
cross to
great-
the center. Coming in was Jankowskis. Was looking for his second goal of the night, but again, that defense from Union KC all over him.
But-
that ball just a little under.
But that's what happened. That's what we saw a lot of in the first half, right? Great looks, balls going across the face of the goal, opportunities. If we can finish, get that last touch, opportunities to lead to good things.
Felipe Candido stops the momentum of Diego Danini as he was looking to press the advantage on Emporia FC. The Black Lions back line still holding strong. And here's the thing. You mentioned there that 10-minute stretch towards the end of the first half, Corey. It looked like the back line for Emporia was maybe getting a little tired.
Yes.
They got the 15-minute break, and they look like they're right back to where they started in the first half.
Yeah, and we've actually seen a little more offensive push. You mentioned it right off the get-go out of Union,
Yeah.
but the D has still held on, and we've seen two good opportunities for Emporia on the flip side of that.
Ball played back to the goal for Union, and I do believe that is no longer Alex Grace in the goal. I believe that is Wozniak. So staying true to tradition here, Union is switching up their goalkeeper. Grace allowing 2 goals in the first half. Last time these two teams met here in the Lions Den, just about 2 weeks ago, it was actually Wozniak who let in the lone goal for Emporia, and he got switched out at halftime. Not sure if that's the strategy. Coaches maybe just trying something new. Great ball in there for Toms. He'll boot it off the shin of a defender, so it'll be a corner kick for Emporia FC. And Toms not striking the back of the goal on that one, but creating a great opportunity for his team. He saw the opportunity. He knew he probably wasn't going to get a clean shot, so why not try and get his team into a set piece here?
That's right. And again, putting the ball across the face of the goal is always a good thing.
Yeah. Heads up play right there. Ball goes right in.
Oh, yeah.
Shot on goal. It goes off the toe. Believe that was Bernardo. No, it was Conrado Arbiza. Got a toe on it, but I think he slipped as he went for it and just wasn't able to get the strike he wanted.
That was a really well-placed corner kick, though. It was
Beautiful.
a great spot. It was pretty. I mean, just a good ball.
Henry Gonzalez again getting a little over-aggressive, leads to another free kick here for Union. And Henry is fantastic at midfield. He's not afraid to mix it up, but sometimes he can get a little over-aggressive, and it can put his team in bad spots. As here he comes flying in yet again, Gonzalez this time forcing the ball out of play, so it'll be a throw-in for Union. But again, Henry not afraid to bowl through somebody if he has to. Throw-in headed away by Hanel. It'll be last touched by Union off the toes of Zachary Peterson. So a throw-in for Emporia FC right near their side of the field. It goes to Arbiza. Arbiza, fancy footwork to get around the challenge of Jackson Slavin. And so far, neither team has made a substitution here. Both starting 11s back out there, minus, of course, the goalkeeper for Union KC. I believe that was a switch. It's hard when you can't see the goalkeeper turn their back so you can see the number. Makes our job a little more challenging. Clearing attempt goes off the chest of Union. Takahashi has it on the right side. He's going to go ahead and try his luck. Sends another high ball right through the American uprights.
Got a little behind it. This is the same goalie in there for Union. Alex Grace is still in.
It is Alex Grace?
It is still him, yeah.
Ignore everything I've said for the last 6 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. My apologies. The sunlight got in my eyes. That's my excuse, Corey. Ball into the box, goes to Pedro Silva. Silva going to send it up the way to Arbiza. Arbiza has 2 men on both sides. Goes back up the way here now on the toe of Belmont. Belmont gets body to the ground, and thank you. I don't have to give the officials another, well, as Kens would say, bollocking on the air. I'm not sure. I think I'm allowed to say that on American programming. Pretty sure it's okay. I might have dropped some jaws in the UK, but as Emporia FC gets the restart here. Another good ball, but I think Takahashi was maybe a little too far ahead of the play that time. It's headed away by Union, so we don't have to worry about an offside, but I think we may have had to if he had made contact with that one. Trying to play through the midfield. Toms goes right side to Hanel. Hanel looking for a man. He sends it back to Candido on the back line. Candido now going to come up across mid. Goes to Hanel. Hanel, nice feed to the far side over to Jankowskis. Jankowskis, line drive shot on goal, and trying to get a toe on it was, I believe that's Lopez.
Andre Lopez, yeah.
Yeah. Now Henry Gonzalez steps up again. It goes off his shin, so it'll be a throw-in for Union in the form of Reese Laws. And we got a man down over on the far side in a Black Lions uniform. That looks like it's Bernardo Hanel. Is that Bernardo or is that That's Henry Gonzalez, actually. Not quite sure what happened there as we were watching the ball. He looks to be all right, though. Another challenge by Emporia FC, this time in the form of Kanata Takahashi, as he forces it out of play. Just down in front, throw in for Backside there, Conrado Arbiza, and then Takahashi gets body to the floor once more, and this time gets the whistle. Only took 6 tries. Bernardo Hanel will step up to take the free opportunity. Takahashi coming around, he'll just give him a short pass, and he'll send it back to his fellow countryman in Yushin Nakano. Nakano boots it.
Good ball.
Up the way, great ball. Coming in is Lopez on the far side. Lopez off to the right side of the box, trying to go around the defender. He's going to try and get it centered, and it's forced out of play. That should be a goal or a corner kick here for Emporia FC. No, it will be a goal kick. I was right the first time.
Well, he really did a good job to cross that, switch everything across the field. That was a really good ball.
Into the 54th minute of play in this contest, 9th minute of the second half, about to eclipse the 10-minute mark of the second. Candido on the backside, stops an opportunity for Union. Hanel wrestles the ball away.
Tonight. Boy, he's had a good game.
Yeah,
look
Bernardo,
at this.
Great pass, goes through the legs of the defender. Jankowskis has an opportunity, fires on goal. That one's just going to be wide, but he's saying it might have been deflected. So it should result in a corner, and it will for Emporia FC. I'm right this time, I swear. Another great heads-up play there by the Black Lions offense because, again, they're seeing that the lanes are closing up, but they know that they can still force an opportunity if they just take a shot. Great job to bang it off a shin or a hip, get it out of play, and get the corner opportunity for Emporia. Sunlight directly in our eyes as it looks like it will be Belmont once again taking the corner opportunity for Emporia FC. He's placed some beauties.
Another good
one
ball.
right up front.
Another
It's touched by Grace, and
outside of the end of the net, outside of the net.
Looked like
Another
it went right
ball,
past
though.
Grace into the goal, but you are correct, Corey. It hit the outside of the netting, so it's a goal kick for Union. Takahashi coming in out of nowhere to challenge the clearance attempt, as it looks like Union is getting some gentlemen warmed up there on the sideline. Might be looking to clear their bench. Grace will play it out. And now Union back to that patient, short passing style that we've come to expect for them as they're waiting for something to open up in the midfield. Danini will come in to try and wrestle the ball away from Emporia. It's played back to Candido. Candido, long ball down the stretch. A Union player in front of it.
Coach Ibiza saw something in the first half because we've seen a lot of long balls across the field at the start of this second half, and there's been opportunities there. During halftime, I saw Coach Ibiza have everybody together, and he was certainly coaching them up on something, and they've seen something.
That's the thing about Coach Victor Ibarra is he's always watching, he's always taking notes in his mind. You can guarantee he's got a strategy for both halves, and he's always drawing it up on the fly, and he's pretty darn good at it.
There's some opportunities that have been creative. That's a really creative little ball right there.
Yeah. Union trying to get into an offensive opportunity. It's taken away momentarily by Emporia. Takahashi has it now, almost pulled off the ball there, but he stays on his feet, and now we're going to get a stoppage. They're going to say Union got a little too physical. Again, late whistle there, but on this occasion, I'll accept it.
I think he's blown the whistle more in the second half than he did the whole first half.
You said it, not me. I feel like these guys might have a bone to pick with me after this contest, so I'll let Corey take that one. Long ball again, sent in to the Union side, and they will catch up to it first, send it back to Alex Grace in goal. He'll try and clear it. He can't quite get the distance on it. Still on the Union third. At midfield now. Great job by Arbiza to watch that ball and just take it away after he thought it was left. And then he tried the long ball up the center. I do say tried because, as you saw, it got taken away by Union yet again, who love to collapse down there. Good job by Felipe Candido to get the body in front of the attacker and take the ball back. Now Union again into those short tiki-taka style passes. This time, instead of going from right to left, they're going to go up the middle. Great job again by Candido to intercept the long ball intended for Danini. Danini shoves over Candido. And Danini showing a little signs of frustration. Opportunity here in the box for Union, taken away by Henry Gonzalez.
Go, push it.
My correction, that's Pedro Belmont. Nakano and Arbiza playing a little back and forth. They go over to the far side now to Candido. Candido going to send it up the seam to Lopez. Oh, fancy attempt there by Arbiza. Not quite necessary.
Bad turnover there. Good tackle. Really good tackle.
All ball. Great awareness by Conrado Arbiza. Ball goes out of play into the Emporia FC bench, and Coach Victor Ibarra making sure to signal, that's ours. That's ours right there. First 15 minutes down, now into the final 30.
That is something.
Man. Black Lion gets knocked down, and a yellow card will be issued to Diego Danini at the request of the Emporia faithful. They made it happen with their minds on that one. As some of our fans, we did it with our minds. We've got a man down, though, over on the far side, so no cause for real celebration. Yes, the yellow card, that is going to be helpful to Emporia, as Danini has been the aggressor for Union, but as Corey had mentioned, getting very, very, very volatile there, as it looked like he was starting to lose his cool a little bit because he keeps getting beat on the one-on-ones.
Yeah, it's been a little. It's just a different half, right?
Yeah.
You know, you can just see it, sense it, and see it happening than how it was.
Well, it's one thing for your temperament to be down 2-0 in the first half, but when you're in the second half and you've got 30 minutes left and you haven't been able to really put a notable shot on goal just yet.
And you need a win.
Yeah. You need to maintain
You need
that
a
positioning.
win. That's right.
Emporia FC needing the win as well. Would, again, if they can get the 3 points, they would jump ahead of Union by 1. As Takahashi was trying to track down a long ball, it's headed away by Union into the hands of Alex Grace. Now working on the near seam, little misstep there. Leads to a throw in for Emporia FC. Takahashi wasting no time. He'll throw it back to Hanel at midfield. To Arbiza, back to Hanel, back to Arbiza, now back to Nakano on the back line. Switches over to Candido, and they're being pressured here by Jackson Slavin. And it looks like Union doesn't like Emporia mimicking their style there, and those short passes, they're going to start turning on the Jets. And I'll say this, it's a smart strategy by Emporia to use those short passes because you know they're going to chase you. That's just going to wear their legs out, Corey.
Yeah. And the most important thing is you're eating clock and you're controlling possession of the ball.
Yep. The bus isn't parked just yet,
That's right.
but it's nearing the parking stall, that's for sure.
One thing we haven't seen much of, though, is much of an offensive push other than maybe we've seen a couple long balls and one good look and a corner kick, but Union's kind of controlled their third right now, and this ball's
Opportunity in the
middle.
box. Union had an open look as Silva
What
was
a
off to
good
the far
job.
side. Great stop there again by the back line of the former Felipe Candido. Danini coming in trying to take that one. He gets tripped up. Another player goes down. It's a mad scramble for the ball. Danini trips up another man. We got a man down at the top of the box. Play is still ongoing.
Oh,
Shot on
boy.
goal goes right past Pedro Silva. And just like that, it's a 1-goal contest. As we have a Black Lion down at the top of the box. And the Emporia faithful not happy with that goal because they felt like the play should have been stopped. There's bodies all over the floor. A foul could have been whistled either way, I think. There's a lot of contact, but the center official letting it go.
looks like they're calling for some medical attention or maybe another player.
No, looks to be getting up there. So I believe that's Belmont, and he started to take a step, and he goes right back down. That is not a good sign.
Not a good sign as
well.
well.
And if you go back, I wish we had instant replay. We could go back to that scrum.
Yeah.
But basically what happened was Danini was coming in. He got collided with. He went down. We had a man trip over him and go down. We had 2 more guys get knocked over on top of him. There was just bodies all over the floor.
And it led to an
opportunity.
opportunity which Union took advantage of.
Well, I think Union has understood the assignment.
Yeah.
They have to disrupt that back line. The only way they can do it is by crashing in, and I do mean literally crashing in. I don't necessarily like it, but I have to respect it. It was a smart strategy because it worked.
Number 42, David Weinberg.
David Weinberg subbing in here for Union KC. So far, no substitutions made by Coach Victor Ibarra and the Black Lions. Well, now, some might say this isn't quite a precarious situation as Emporia is still up 2-1 late here in this contest. But here's the thing. If Union can draw even and hold that, then we split the points. It goes 1-1. They stay in front, and they're up 3 points. Or no, they would stay at 2 points. Sorry, I didn't do very well in math. But they would still hold that lead over Emporia with Omaha coming up here over the next 2 weeks.
Bottom line, Emporia needs to win the game.
Yeah.
Period. They need to stay pushing, stay driving. They haven't done that in the second half. They haven't done much offense, in the offensive third. They need to start looking at how well they flowed in that first half.
Bernardo Hanel was trying to find Ken's Toms just across midfield. It's taken away by Union KC. Now a little bit of pushing and shoving here. Conrado Ibiza for Emporia FC, putting the body on there. Emporia wins it back, and now it's headed away again by Union. More of these mad scrambles here, this time at midfield for the ball. Yushin Nakano going to try and clear it out, and we get a yellow card against Union, I believe. Didn't really signal exactly who it was. Well, no, it's
against Emporia.
A yellow card against Emporia, but who and why? I'm at a loss.
Subbing in for Union KC, number 64, McLean Dom.
McLean Dom.
Braden Hannon. And number 47, Russell
Wow.
Woods.
McLean Dom, 2 others coming in here again. You heard it there from Gabe Diaz-Serrano. Getting our roster pulled up here as well.
A lot of fresh legs coming in now for
Yeah.
Union. And they're going to, these last, 25 minutes or so, they're going to really try to put on an attack and get this thing level.
So I mentioned McLean Dom, now also Braden Hannon. Joining David Weinberg on the substitution side for Union. And right there, putting the fresh legs to good use, but Hanel able to steal it away. He's going to send it back towards the goal to Candido. Not the wisest decision there, as there was 2 attackers coming right at Candido, and now back into the odd man situations is Union KC. They kind of abandoned the odd man scenarios.
Look at
Ball
this.
is free. Opportunity
Look
for
at
Emporia
this.
FC.
Look at
Jackowski.
this.
No! Hit it off the crossbar. Wide open goal. He was onside, and he just roofed it. Union gave him a gift, and he just couldn't unwrap it.
Got a little behind it and a little too much lift on a really when just put it in the net.
I feel, I don't want to criticize too much because these guys do things I could never imagine, but man, that's one of those ones you just walk it right up.
That's a great pass right there.
Great pass to Union KC, and it goes right past Pedro Silva. And just like that, Union KC has drawn even in the 68th minute.
We're seeing 2 different halves right now.
Yeah. Jackson Slavin.
And those fresh legs that maybe just new bodies just came in.
Yeah. Well, both times it was on somewhat of a broken play, for lack of a better term, as Jackson Slavin once again playing spoiler here as he's had some decisive goals on 2 occasions against Emporia FC. It happened in the last contest as well. See what the Black Lions can do.
Seemed like Emporia was really.
That's exactly what you need. You heard the name. It's the agitator that could intimidate an alligator. The man from Turks and Caicos, Patrick Alador, coming out for Emporia FC. And that is the kind of...
He's on his right wing position, too.
Yeah, well, he can play any side of the ball, but that's the kind of boost you're going to need here. As taking a seat, looks like it'll be Ken's Toms and Henry Gonzalez. Give Toms and Gonzalez a lot of credit. Nope, my correction, that is not Ken's Toms. Tom's still out there.
I bet you we're going to see some of those long balls now with Alador out there.
Oh,
Handball
absolutely.
maybe there.
Alador, not only is he good at getting in the opponent's heads, he is an absolute speed demon rivaling Kanata Takahashi. Union KC playing it back to their own side, but with more speed than what we've seen before. Typically when they start playing that ball back to the back line, as the long ball goes down the far seam, cleared out by Felipe Candido. Be a throw in here for Union. They typically just kind of settle and take it slow. This time they're having as much speed on the backside as they are up front.
Yeah, I mean, Union really looks like a different team right now.
Yeah. Well, the fresh legs coming in.
Fresh legs, yeah.
Now subbing in for Union KC,
And they've
number 59, Juliano Navarro.
Juliano Navarro
Number 60, Vinny Bortolotti.
and Vinny Bortolotti. The newest faces here for Union KC, and Union KC a lot of substitutions in just
they've
the
changed
last
about
5
half
minutes.
the team.
Yeah. Well, you talked about fresh legs. They may not be starting 11 guys, but at this point, when one side is having frequent changes and the other side's been playing the entire minutes, it doesn't really matter who's a starter and who's not. Nice challenge there. Oh, boy. The challenge by Conrado Arbiza. Something went wrong as Patrick Alador gets tripped up at midfield. And I said it before, that is not a guy you want to make mad. And I think they're trying their best. Union KC now into the attacking scenario, trying to settle it and look for an opening. They can shoot it from just about anywhere. Braden Hannon gets challenged by Jankowskis. Jankowskis tried to put it right between the wickets and go around him. Couldn't make it happen. Ball goes out of play. Last touch, they're going to say, by Bernardo Hanel. Hanel thought it was last touch by Union, and Hanel would be correct, as Juliano Navarro thought it was their ball, but it was not. Into the 72nd minute, and we still have Arbiza down at the top of the Emporia box.
Well, he looks like he is really not feeling well. Looks like something with his right
Yeah, I
arm.
know. I thought it was his leg, but he seems to be gesturing to his arm.
Yeah, it does. It seems like his right arm.
Well, it happened after he made that challenge. He went down and he didn't get up. It's interesting to see, maybe when he slid in there to stop that possession, he might have just tweaked the arm a little bit, rolled it back, trying to brace himself. It is not a good sign.
And it looks like Emporia has another sub at the table right now.
You are correct. Right now, out there for Emporia FC, they currently have Ken's Toms, Patrick Alador, Joku Jankowskis, Yushin Nakano, Felipe Candido, Conrado Arbiza, Andre Lopez, Bernardo Hanel,
In for Emporia FC, number 20, Dario Guevara.
Dara, the midfielder, going to sub in. It looks like Arbiza is going to spend the rest of the night over there on the bench. I hope it's nothing too serious, but he has not let go of that arm since he went down, and that is just a terrible sight. Conrado has been one of the new faces for Emporia FC this season, along with many others, but he has been a big difference maker. He's worn the captain's armband more than once for this team, and he's been a positive force, but You hate to see that. That is not what you need when you've given up 2 goals in quick succession. Union KC again now, starting to press and attack. Emporia trying to clear it
That's
out.
definitely.
Good
yeah.
Lord, as getting knocked down on the play. As you can hear it from the Emporia faithful, they're not happy as the center official is trying to clear out the players. As it's just leading to more tensions. Bernardo Hanel having a pretty animated conversation with Juliano Navarro, who committed the foul.
2 different halves for sure.
Yeah.
We saw 1 minute of stoppage time in the first half. I bet you we've already got 5 going on in this one.
I would not disagree with you, and it's only going to count upwards here. So we are into the 74th minute, approaching the 75th. And yeah, that was just, yeah. This has kind of been the sign that we've seen thus far, as it was Dario Guevara who got knocked down. He got back up. That's good news.
Turnover.
Guevara just, yeah.
The wrong third. There we go.
Bad touch on that one. Felipe Candido goes to Patrick Alador. The ball is free on the far seam. There goes Alador, and it's cleared
Just
out. That's all that Union could do.
A little heavy on that first touch, Alador was, but he just got in the game, and he looked as fast as ever.
Yeah. Considering the last time we saw him in a contest, he was taped up pretty hefty, and the leg. Yellow. What will generate a yellow card and what will not?
Yeah, after.
Looks like that one is going to go. I think he is going to give the booking to Pedro Belmont. Meanwhile, Union is knocking players down in the box, pushing and shoving, and they're getting away with it. The official says that he hadn't blown the whistle to resume play just yet, so they'll have to redo the free kick here as Ken's Tom's intercepted pass. Say, no, allow me. We are getting close to the 10-minute warning as we are into the minute number 76 in this now 2-2 score game.
What we haven't seen is an Emporia FC offense for a long time, and we need to see something happen here.
No, you are absolutely right. You've said it multiple times this half. It's a tale of 2 halves.
You know, Alador is out there with a fresh set of legs, a lot of speed. We saw some really good long vertical passes early in the second half, and that's kind of gone away.
Yeah.
Union's really controlling the pace of this game.
And I want to correct myself from earlier when I was talking about the subs coming off. One of the players subbed out was Kanata Takahashi. So really your only speed demon that you have right now is in the form of Patrick Alador. They're trying to feed him to long ball. It goes off the head of a defender. Alador, great awareness. He almost slipped on that track, getting a little ahead of himself. It's going to be another yellow card against Emporia FC. Personally, I thought it was a clean challenge, or at least as clean as the other team's pin. And that's not going to be the case in the opinion of the official. 77.5+ minutes gone in the contest. Again, we are even at 2. Emporia FC opened the scoring in the first half with 2 wonderful goals by Joku Jankowskis in the 23rd minute. Following it up in the 44th minute was Ken's Tom's. And then Union has really dominated the pace of this contest in the second half with 2 quick goals in succession.
We just haven't seen that offense out of Emporia here in the last 20 minutes.
Well, again, haven't seen many substitutions. You got to wonder how tired the legs are. They looked like they were pretty fresh coming out of the halftime break, but it looked like that freshness faded a little bit.
They're quick and moving and
by Emporia FC. Union. Whistle against the from the official. Oh! Then he gets.
That's what is inside the 10 yards.
Joku was starting to walk away, and, well, I guess you got to give credit where credit's due. It's a dirty play, but a smart play by Union to bang it off the back leg of Jankowskis and cry foul. And Joku gets a yellow card because he was jockeying for position on the header. That's I think we know my opinion on that one. We'll just leave it at that.
You know, Emporia needs to get back to playing the game a little bit because now they have 3 or 4 guys with yellow cards.
Yep.
It could put them a man down with 10 minutes to go.
Yeah.
The goal is still to win the game.
Yes.
And they still can do that, but they need to get back to playing the game a little bit and reset.
Again, Alador out there now taking up the speed position. He's got Ken's Toms up the center.
But he's only had 2
Joku
touches.
Jankowskis. Bernardo Hanel trying to win the foot race, and he gets ahead of the Union defenders. Now going to try some fancy footwork and gets caught again in an odd man situation. Still gets the pass off. It goes to Belmont. Belmont trying to dance through the defenders. Jankowskis bangs one off the bum of a defender, and the ball gets sent sky high yet again, this time by Hanel. As Emporia really battling down front, that's the first real push that we've seen from them in about the last 10 minutes or so, with 9 minutes remaining in regulation, and you probably should rest assured a good amount of stoppage time to come, as we've had quite a bit of disruption in this contest in the second half.
You know, one of the things we saw was Takahashi created a lot of opportunities for other people.
Yeah.
And with him out, it seems like it's a little harder to do right now for Emporia.
Seems like that early chemistry we were seeing form maybe starting to fall off just a little bit. Emporia FC player hits the deck, gets tripped up, get a free kick awarded. Emporia wasting no time, kicking that one back towards Candido. He'll give it to Nakano, and Nakano pushing up towards midfield, goes over to Hanel. Hanel at center. Was trying to feed it to Belmont. He loses possession, and Union back into a counterattack scenario. A little pushing and shoving, jockeying for position for the ball. Emporia wins that exchange. Up the far seam now on the toes of Toms. Toms
pretty good
trying
ball.
to lead a long ball to Jankowskis. The odd man scenario again catches up with him as it's taken away by Union. Candido trying to resettle here. Goes to the right side. Ball goes up to Belmont. Pedro Belmont going to try and split the defense. Gets it to Jankowskis. Jankowskis gets body to the floor, and finally we get a whistle.
This is an important set. They're about 30 going to be about 30 yards out on this. They got a couple ways to approach this, but this is an important piece here with 7-8 minutes to go in regular time. And they haven't had a lot of offensive opportunities in front of the goal this half.
2-2. We are even at just struck minute 83. A 4-man wall will be formed in front of the opportunity that's going to be taken, I believe, by Bernardo Hanel. He's got Nakano there too. No. Nakano started to make his way towards it. We'll see who takes it. I think it's going to be Hanel. See what Bernardo can do. Fires one on goal. That one way high, up and over, and that goes into the tennis courts. Good opportunity. Unfortunately, just couldn't find Pater.
Yeah.
As we are
got
past
a little
the halfway mark of the 83rd minute.
We've seen that a lot today. A little bit under the ball, lifting it a little high.
Yeah. Goal kick goes off the toe of Hanel. It lands the intended target for Union. Stumbling around a little bit there was Jackson Slavin, who drew his team even earlier. Good interception there by Alador, but it looked like he kind of collapsed. He wasn't able to do anything with it. it stays with the Union KC. Minute 84 now. Sidestep there by Union, looking for an opportunity from the top of the box. Chips it inside. Shot on goal,
Wow.
but no, it won't be, as
There
it
we
looked
go.
like he caught the turf. Great opportunity here. Jankowskis trying to go around the defenders. He gets absolutely body checked to the ground. Ridiculous. I think they're a little confused at which sport this is.
Here we go.
Ken's Toms with
There-
the challenge.
there's
Being held by the pants! Still manages to get the ball, but the defenders get in front of him, which was the intention. Toms, long shot, just off the mark. He was held by the top of the pants and absolutely no whistle.
Yeah, that was just a missed call.
That's
Just
terrible.
Simply a missed call.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
That's just terrible.
Still got a good shot. I got a good shot on.
He got a good shot on it, but
you
I
know,
wonder what the shot would have looked like if he hadn't been held from behind.
or how much farther ahead he would have been.
Yeah. Yusha Nakano cracks shins with a Union player. Bernardo Hanel gets ripped by the jersey. My goodness. The last 5 minutes looking to be pure anarchy here. Patrick Alador going to stand in front of the throw-in attempt. Goes way over his head there. Headed away by Hanel. As we are about to hit minute number 86. Union KC with the throw-in just off to the right side of the box of Emporia FC. Ball gets sent out of play off the backside of Bernardo Hanel. Good show of respect there between the two players after the little bit of collision.
Alador is just all over the field.
Yeah. Well, he's here, he's there, he's everywhere. That's what we've come to expect from the man from Turks and Caicos. You thought I was going to say something else there, didn't you? You watched Ted Lasso, too. I wasn't going to go that far.
Oh, man.
Whistle by the official.
Corner kick for Union.
Yep. See what Union is able to do here. I didn't see the cause for that whistle. 3 minutes remaining in regulation here as we have eclipsed 87. Ball goes inside.
Great
Good header
play.
away there by the defense. That's Yusha Nakano with the big save. His second save of the night.
In front of the goal. I mean, that ball could have potentially.
Absolutely. And the official going to blow the whistle again, saying Emporia was pushing on Union. My goodness. My goodness. This has been a
different half.
very different half.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that.
Very different half.
I think there might be some calls that are going to be questionable at the end of this contest, but we still got about 2.5 minutes remaining in regulation. Free kick goes off the toe of Nakano. Now trying to catch up here is Guevara. Ball's at midfield. Sent the opposite direction. Long shot on the goal. Good save by Pedro Silva.
Emporia needs to make this count right here.
Silva with the goal kick. Long ball. Toms has a beat on it.
There
Goes
it
off the
is.
head of Union. Toms almost got held again.
Look at
Crosses it to the center, but Alador right behind the play. Wasn't able to catch up. Good news is ball gets forced out of play. It's a throw in for Emporia in a good position here. You can hear Pedro Silva barking orders to his teammates there, trying to get him set as Patrick Alador, heavily guarded, has the ball kicked away from him. Out of play again, another throw in. Hanel goes over the head of Alador. Toms trying to get free. He almost got put in a chicken wing. For those of you that are familiar with wrestling vernacular, still managed to try and make a play happen as we get a corner kick now for Emporia FC. Patrick Alador setting it up. It looks like Belmont's going to take it. Oh, no. I've seen Alador do some great things there, but Belmont,
this is important.
He's been having
right
some
here.
impeccable placements here with these corners as we're into the final minute of regulation. Here's the shot.
Good
Goes
ball.
in. Good ball. Looked like it went off a backside, and it comes free. Nobody there for Emporia to try and scoop it up.
Alador fighting right now.
Alador being fought as Union's going to clear it out. It looks like Union is going to settle for the tie here the way that they're playing now on their own side. Hanel, great ball. Right through the defenders, goes to Guevara. Guevara goes right side to Toms. Toms plays it back to Felipe Candido, and now
good ball.
The odd man rushes as Toms gets spun like a top, has to find the ball again. He tries to slide tackle it. He ends up on the ground, and Union going the other way, and it is getting awful physical here as we are now into stoppage time.
Oh, no. Boys, we talked about the cohesion at the start of the game, and we saw it. We were kind of surprised maybe by it, and now we're seeing the other end of that spectrum. Guys just not the communication, maybe not there, the pass that they thought was coming or where it was going.
Waiting to see what our stoppage time will be. 3 minutes.
Well, I thought there would have been more.
I really thought it would be too. 3 minutes of stoppage time. We're into the first of it. 90.5 minutes played. Emporia now with more urgency, starting to rush up the way. Whatever you got left in the gas tank, boys, you got to dump it here. Jankowskis goes near seam to Hanel. Hanel going to try and split the defense. No, instead he'll switch the field, going to the opposite side. No whistle, no surprise. A defender stood up and bodied down another Emporia FC player just off to the side of the box as Pedro Silva will come out to play it. Our man still down over on the far side. No stoppage. Union KC.
They're looking to really set up this. Oh, bad. Here we go.
That was
this is what Emporia needs.
That was just a miscommunication. Jackson Slavin, the intended recipient of the pass, just was too far in front of him. Hanel trying to clear it out of Emporia's side. It was stopped by Slavin. Kept near the box here by Union momentarily. Now Emporia up to midfield. Good ball up the way on the toes of Belmont. Belmont finding Hanel off to the right side. Hanel fakes the shot, fires one now for real from the top. It doesn't go through. It goes back to Belmont now at the top. 92 minutes played. We've got one more remaining in stoppage time. Belmont's opportunity gets taken away by the defender, and Union KC again crashing into an Emporia FC player. Here's the throw in there. Union KC doesn't like something to happen. Crossing to the box. Alador tried to go up for it. That was a handball. Another missed call. Here comes Hanel. He gets slide tackled. Maintains the possession. Feeds it over to the right side. Ball taken away again in the odd man scenario by Union, and now Union KC going the opposite way. Little collision on the far seam. Hanel comes in for the challenge. Believe we have
another card.
Another whistle and another card on the challenge for Emporia FC. That is the fourth yellow on the, let's face it, less physical team. Draw your own conclusions on that. 93 minutes plus gone. This will probably be the last gasp for either side, so barring a massive shot on goal here. Long ball sent in, stopped by Emporia FC, but it's looking like this is heading towards a draw. Another one pushed towards the goal of Emporia.
There it is.
And that will do it. What looked like could have been a 2-0 win for Emporia, unfortunately faded to a 2-2 draw to close out the homestand here for the regular season. So not the 3 points they needed. Both teams will walk away with a single point, but the standings will not be altered as Emporia FC will remain in third place, and staying in front of them by 2 will be Union KC. So, well, Emporia, 2 losses to Union here on the season. Were able to draw even and take a tie, but it's not what they wanted, especially after that first half, Corey.
Yeah, we saw a tremendously good first half out of Emporia FC. They played great. They pushed. They controlled the tempo, the pace. They put a lot of shots in front of the goal, on the goal, scored twice. And the second half, the game just changed on them, or they were content with where they were. We didn't see a lot of offense out of them. And then the game did get a little more physical, a little more chippy, a lot of cards. Maybe they were getting a little out of what their element was. So
well, I think that was what the intention was with that uptick in physicality by Union. You know, you don't have to like it, but it was effective. It certainly got Emporia out of their rhythm, and it led to the 2-2 draw. Well, that's going to do it for us here from the Lions Den for this season, and what a season it has been. A great introduction into the league for clubs. We can't wait to talk to you again next time here from the Lions Den. We appreciate you tuning in all season long for Emporia FC Soccer. Don't forget the Black Lions. Still opportunities here as they could run the table against Omaha in their final 2 contests of the season, as the Emporia FC faithful giving their team a rousing applause here for a season well fought and their inaugural season here in the league for clubs. Well, for Corey Mitchell, Ashley Rios, Jabin Arndt, our entire production team here at Emporia FC, we thank you so much for tuning in. We thank you so much for enjoying this beautiful game with us. We can't wait to talk to you again next season here from the Lions Den. For my partner, Corey Mitchell, I am the voice of Emporia FC, Tegan Terhune, saying so long until next time.
Brought to you by Praxis Sports, the unified platform helping sports organizations manage communication, scheduling, and operations in one place. Learn more at praxisports.com.
There's a leisurely lunch with friends. And then there's a 7-course gourmet tasting lunch with 7 perfect wine pairings aboard a fully restored 1915 Pullman rail car as it floats past rolling hills and rows of vines stretching out as far as the eye can see. Napa Valley. Live a little, or a lot.
What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities. For them, for our local businesses,
Got the new merch.
Oh my goodness.
for the community. Because when local businesses thrive, the community also thrives. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities for our local businesses, for the entire community. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do?
Brought to you by Praxis Sports, the unified platform helping sports organizations manage communication, scheduling, and operations in one place. Learn more at praxisports.com.
There's a leisurely lunch with friends. And then there's a 7-course gourmet tasting lunch with 7 perfect wine pairings aboard a fully restored 1915 Pullman rail car as it floats past rolling hills and rows of vines stretching out as far as the eye can see. Napa Valley. Live a little, or a lot.
What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities. For them, for our local businesses,
Got the new merch.
Oh my goodness.
for the community. Because when local businesses thrive,
Thank you so much.
the community also thrives. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? What would you like the power to do? Your passion for this game opens opportunities for our local businesses, for the entire community. Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? Bank of America champions everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do?